Happy Tuesday, everyone. I'm going to begin my day with some yoga. So, if you want to join me and you are on here stopping by, feel free to come like my live, share my live, and start out doing some yoga with me. It is 8:30 right now. I know it's kind of early, but if you want to join, I'm going to show you some stretches you can do to start off your day right and just to be in the moment. So we're going to start out in a seated position. So you're going to sit down on your mat, and you can have any size free weights for this too, or you don't even have to have free weights for what I'm going to do with this vinyasa flow today. So seated meditation, you can do fire logs if you want, where you put the one foot on top of the leg and then just leaning forward to stretch, and then we're going to switch in the middle of it as well. So we're going to start out just a stretch and then begin a meditation in a moment. So one leg on top, leaning forward, feeling this hip stretch here, and then switching and doing the other. Leaning forward, feeling this hip stretch on the right, and just really leaning into this pose here. And then releasing, and then sitting up, palms facing up. You're going to gently close your eyes. We're going to start with this meditation. In through the nose and out through the mouth. You're going to slowly breathe in and then release what doesn't serve you. Breathing in and then releasing. In, retain, release. And when you release your breath, make it sound like ocean waves crashing on the beach. Make it sound like you're setting free what doesn't serve you, any stress or tension. Just think of letting it go. The stress, the tension in your jaw, your neck, your upper back, your lower back, your hips, your legs, your feet, anywhere that you're holding unwanted stress, feel free to let it go. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth, just like you're intentionally placing yourself in this moment, because you're in the right place at the right time, right here, right now. And nothing else matters. Nothing else is evident in this world besides you focusing on freeing what doesn't serve you. You focusing on your breath work, resetting your mind system. Focus on it if we are focused on the past or the future, or wondering what if. A few more breaths, and then gently open your eyes. You're going to slowly stretch out your legs and lean forward, and then we're going to revert to all fours. If you are following and you would love to like this live and share it out, that would be great, so more people could join our yoga session this Tuesday morning. So we're on all fours here. We're going to do some cat and cows. You're going to look up toward the sky. You're going to tuck it under. And if you've never done yoga before, that's totally fine. You can join it at any time and just see what some of the poses are, because yoga is so intentional. It's about breath, mind, and body. So you're going to do these cat and cows. You're really elongating your lower back and your neck when you do them, so you can feel it in there. You're going to thread the needle here. So you're going to lift your right hand high to the sky. You're going to tuck it under and just feel the stretch in your lower. It feels amazing. But yoga, it's you want to do these. You can feel lower back crack and feel the stress. You're just and then just hold it here for a moment, just waking up your abs and your core. Then you're going to grab your core. Then you're going to grab this pose here. It's a balance pose. You're going to slowly release, and then you're going to put your right leg out behind and your left arm out in front. You're going to hold the pose here, feeling the pull, then pull it out to the side. And just really be in this pose here. Hold it here for a moment. And then you're going to reach behind and grab your right foot. If you're doing yoga, feel free to put a comment down. Or if you're doing it, maybe you can't comment. Or if you're just passing. through, just say hi. Then you're going to be holding this right leg here and feeling this stretch. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. And you're going to feel the stretch on the top of your right thigh. Then you're going to release it. And then if you do have a free weight and you want to add one in for these crunches, we're going to do 5. This is going to warm up your abs, your core. And adding free weights is a way to really elongating that back leg, really stretching it out. 4, 5, 6, and for 7. Now you can do those without the weights as well. Then from here, we're going to go into a plank pose here, holding the plank, doming out your shoulders and not dipping. And then reverting to a downward dog. Feeling the stretch in the back of your legs, walking your dog, and really feeling your calves stretch. If you stand all day at work, the calves need some love. And these dog walks are going to be great for it. Then you're going to switch side to side here. And then back to the downward dog. We're going to walk halfway up our mat. We're going to do a half lift. And then we're going to do a forward fold. And then we're going to stand tall, center, side bend to the right, feeling the stretch in our left side body. Center, side bend to the left, and the stretch in our right side body. It feels amazing. Then we're going to clasp our hands behind our back, mini back bend, forward fold, and then just putting our left hand down, right hand toward the sky, feeling this stretch in our left lower back. Then we're going to grab our right big toe, pull it out to the ear, feeling the stretch in our body. It feels amazing. And then you're going to put your down, doing this twist on the side, and wrapping your toe and pulling it out to the left side. Up. Anybody can do yoga, and yoga is a practice. So nothing will be perfect every time you come to your mat. It's a continuation. And every time you come, you will be regrounding yourself, resetting your mind, and refocusing on the present moment. We get so lost, and yoga helps us return to our breath work, return to presence. In through the nose, out through the mouth. 3 breaths here to return to do those poses again. Stepping up halfway up the mat, half lift, forward fold, standing tall, side bend to the right. If you guys want to like the live and share it out, feel free so more people can join in on the yoga. And then side bend to the left, then mini back bend, and then a forward fold. And then you're going to put your left hand down, right hand toward the sky, feeling this stretch in our right leg here. Then if you want to do those things where you pull your right big toe out to the side, holding it here, it's a balance challenge also. Then doing the twist on the other side, right hand down, left hand to the sky, and then pulling out the left leg, and then just really stretching it, Such a great for your thigh and your leg area. Then back to the downward dog. Do some dog walk, stretch out those calves. Are so essential for productivity, and make sure you're stretching them out. Now from here, I'm just going to do one more set of side bends. I'm going to walk halfway up the mat, half lift, forward fold. We're going to stand tall, side bend to the right. There's many variations you can do. Side bend to the left, back to center, clasping your hands behind your back, mini back bend. Forward fold, and then you can do the twist if you want. I'm going to elect to skip them, and then vinyasa, which is a tricep push-up. Then back to a downward dog. Woo, in through the nose, out through the mouth for a few breaths here. And then I'm going to walk up to the center of my mat and I'm going to go into a chair pose. Just sitting like I have an imaginary chair behind me. And then I'm going to grab my free weights, which are both 10 pounds, and I'm going to stand on my toes and then lift my arms behind me for 10, 4, and then this is going to be strengthening the back of my arm muscles. This is a great strength training pose. 9, and then 10, and then release. Then you can stand tall, forward fold, and then you can go to the vinyasa or to the downward dog. Really, we're grounding ourselves in our breath work, in through the nose, out through the mouth, letting go what doesn't serve you, what is not necessary in your mind, your tension, your stress, all of it. And then we are going to go into a sun bee flow. So you're going to tuck your right leg under, feeling the stretch in this half pigeon pose. And it feels really good. You're going to stretch and lean over it. Give your body a second to be in this pose here. And just really stretch out that left leg. And now it's not going to be parallel, but you're going to feel this hip stretch here. And it's going to feel magical. So just hold it here for a moment. See how your body feels. And if you want to go one step further, grab this left foot with your right hand and feel this stretch of your left thigh. It feels really good. And then you're going to release. You're going to lift your right leg up to the sky. You're going to step it through. You're going to pivot and plant your left foot. Right arm overhead, reverse warrior to triangle pose. Right hand down, left hand toward the sky to reverse triangle, left hand down, right hand toward the sky, feeling the stretch in the back of your left leg. And from here, we're going to go into a dragonfly twist, left hand down, right hand toward the sky, and then to a seated half split, bending this left knee, stretching it out, pulling your right toes toward you, and just feeling how it feels in your body. It's going to be a great leg stretch here to a gate pose. Left knee bent, right arm overhead, right leg straight, feeling this pull on your right side body, and it feels amazing. Then back to a downward dog. And you can do a vinyasa if you want as well. Sometimes I leave them out because they can get repetitive and not necessary sometimes. I'm going to do a half pigeon on this left side to do the flow on the other side. If y'all are joining me, let me know. Or if y'all have any questions, feel free to ask about yoga flow, strength training, any of it. Don't be afraid to ask. And then I'm going to grab my right foot behind me to do this extra stretch on my right thigh here. Feeling this stretch in my hip on my left side. It feels magical. Then I'm going to slowly release, and then I'm going to go back to a downward dog, lifting my left leg high to repeat these poses on the left side. Left arm overhead for reverse warrior. Triangle pose, left hand down, right hand toward the sky, feeling this stretch or this union of opposite. Right hand down, left hand toward the sky, feeling this reverse triangle pose. And the reverse triangle pose is great. It stretches out that leg through and through. Then we're going to go to a dragonfly twist. So we're going to put our right hand down, left hand toward the sky. And then we're going to bend this right leg, stretching it out, feeling this left leg, the bottom stretch, pulling our toes toward us, going into a gate pose. You're going to bend your right knee, lifting your left arm overhead. It feels amazing. Woo. And then back up to a downward dog. I'm just going to put in a headband real quick because it is getting really humid out all of a sudden. So if you're joining the flow or you're not sure, feel free to step in at any time. Yoga flows are so intentional, and half the time You don't even have to do all the poses. You just have to make that connection and make it authentic. So you're going to go back to the downward dog here. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And what we're going to do is we're going to step our right foot through, putting our right hand down. Half moon pose here. Our left hand is going to go to the sky. Your left leg is lifted. Just engage here in this pose, holding it up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this 10-pound weight and lift it overhead here to hold it in the half moon pose. And just hold it here for a moment. You're strengthening your core, your hips, all of it. And you're really feeling it because you are engaged. Engagement matters in these poses. So you're holding it here in half moon. You're holding it for a few moments longer. And it's just like a balance challenge also. So you're strengthening those little tiny muscles on your right leg. Then you're going to put it down. And then from here, you're going to stand up. You're going to cross your left leg over your right here. Hands to heart center, just sitting low, feeling this hip stretch opener here in your body. It feels amazing. And then if you want to do the temple dancer and twist the inside of your foot, feel free. And then you're going to grab your left foot out to the side, Padangusthasana B, holding it here. Hold, hold, hold. And then grabbing your left leg behind you for dancer pose. I'm sure you're really feeling it in this right leg right now, this ankle, it's probably on fire. And then we're going to do those poses on the other side. So vinyasa or back to the downward dog. Remember, we started with that half moon pose. So we're going to go to this half moon pose. We're going to lift the free weight up. One side will feel better than the other. One side's more challenging, obviously, than the other. And that is the side that you're going to want to strengthen your muscles on. So you're going to be in this half moon pose. You're holding the free weight overhead just for a few moments. See how good your balance is. See how good you are at adapting to this in your body. Mobility is life. Engagement is everything in this pose right here. So make sure you're showing your body grace. You're right in the right spot. You can even do this pose without the free weight. I know it sounds crazy, but what isn't crazy in life? Then you're going to slowly release this here. Then you're going to cross your right leg over your left. I can join better. You're feeling your increase, and then you're to a dancer pose. Grab right leg, feeling the stretch, and then vinyasa or a tricep push-up. Be right here, right now. And we're just reframing our mind. We're telling our body, let go of all this stored stress and tension. And so, mind-body connection is the way to do it. You're back in downward dog. Make sure you're putting your head all the way down. Your gaze is at your thighs here. And you're just really in this pose for a moment to reground yourself. And then from here, I'm going to grab my free weights. I'm stretching out leg. I'm going to do 15 of these. This is a great strength workout for you because you're holding the balance and you're focused on lifting your core strength as well. So you can use any, even do a side plank if you don't want to do that as well. Strength training is so essential the older we get. I always say it because you want to build those muscles, you want to retain them, and you're not going to get like crazy bulky. It's just good for longevity. And most people might not understand that, but it really is. We're at 10, I think, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And then we're stretching out our other arm for 15 right here into the hip and the side area. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And you're going to release it back down. Going to take a child's pose to shift and to stretch out the arm. Release. Going on. All fours into cobra pose, where you lift your neck back and you're just really stretching out this upper body. And just really give yourself time in those poses. It feels really good. And then from here, I'm going to go into a floor bow. I'm going to grab my feet behind me and then sit up here like this. This is strengthening my upper back muscles. So it's really good for me. And I think I was on a weird deck plank here. So you're going to want to hold it up here in floor bow a few times here. Give yourself the time to do it. It just really stretches out that upper back, and it feels so good to go reverse, especially if you look at a computer all day, you're sitting hunched over. So many benefits to it. If you're strolling by and you want to just give a few likes to the live, I'd appreciate it. Or if you want to share it out, if you can't stay for long, feel free. Appreciate it. Appreciate you all. So you're holding this floor bow here. It feels magical and so great for you. Sometimes we forget about how important our upper back is. And then you're slowly releasing. Just give yourself a break. And then you're going to come back up and do it one more time. You're going to grab your legs for floor bow, lifting up your upper body. And your thighs are off the ground as well. So feel free. If you guys are new here and you haven't been to one of my yoga flows, feel free to drop an emoji just so I know. And I'm just holding this floor bow pose here. You can start anytime with yoga, anytime, anywhere. And it doesn't really matter. And then from there, you're going to get back up. Just going to sit down a seated pose just for a moment. And just recollect your breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, recentering yourself in this current moment. And just being intentional. I'm stretching out my shoulders here. And what I am going to do is I'm going to transition into some yin poses. But first, I'm going to do some airplane with my 5-pound weights. This is my last set of strength training poses. So I'm going to put my right foot down, lifting my left leg out behind. It's kind of like you're going to come in with the weights and out for 10. You want to make sure you keep the airplane pose with your upper body the whole time. 6, I think 7, and we're doing these for 10. You can do any size free weight, 8, 9, and 10. Then we're going to switch it up and do it with our left leg. So, right leg is out behind you. Arms are out and in for 10. One side will obviously feel stronger than the other. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then release. And then if you are on your left foot, you're going to tuck your right foot behind, and cow face pose is this next one. You're going to sit on it, feeling the stretch. It's going to stretch your hips out. You're going to feel like you have a lot of bulk, but only lean as far as you can go. And it's really, regardless of how crazy it feels, it's really stretching out the and it's going to feel great when you unwind. And then we switch from our right foot on the bottom to having left at the bottom. Hold the face pose, and you can lean as far into it as you will. Like I said, hip and leg stretching. It's kind of crazy. You never done it before, but magical benefits unseen sometimes. Sometimes some of these yoga poses, you think, how can they benefit? And it's kind of like real life. You put in the work, you get the results sometimes, but sometimes you don't get the results. And that's why it takes practice, just like yoga. You got to come back to your mat each time. You can't take 2 months off and come back and be like, surprise, I do yoga, but you're not actively in it. That's the same with anything in life. You have to be consistently doing it to see results, and that is about resetting our mind and being present. We cannot be present in our mind if we are not consistently showing up for ourselves. So, tidbit or fact of life when it comes to that is that. So you're holding this cow face pose, and try and do the hard thing in life. If it's this yoga move, try it. What have you got to lose? You have nothing to lose, except maybe being really confused as to. We're going to switch. We're giving ourselves some time, and we're going to switch. Other leg is going to and see how much different the other. Cow face pose with your left leg on the bottom. Just really stretching out your shoulders as far as you can go. Do not force it if it's not in your practice. Only do what your practice is calling you to do. So sometimes it's crazy, sometimes it's simple, but just give yourself grace. So we're holding it here. We're also going to get different results depending what leg has more tension. And I think the cool thing about yoga is it causes us to release the tension in areas that we didn't know we had tension in until you're going through a flow and you're like, oh my gosh, that feels magical. And we got to give ourselves that time or that intention to be able to feel it, meaning engage in the pose, really be personal and present for yourself. So you're going to slowly get out of the cow face pose, and you're really going to sit back on your knees, and I'm going to go onto my back, and I'm going to do a bridge pose real quick. So you're going to lift up your hips here. It feels so good. Just holding this bridge pose here for a few moments. And if you want to get another hip stretch, you're going to put your leg over top of this. You're going to twist, but your face is going to go to the right. Your legs are going to go to the left. And you're just feeling the stretch in your hip. You can hold this longer too. It's called King's Chair. And then you're going to come back up. You can do the same and do it on the other side, and then your head goes to the left. You will feel this release of tension in your lower back here when you do those poses, because it is strengthening. It is stretching out those hip areas. So do not sleep on those poses because they are magical. You're going to do an open butterfly real quick. Depending how close you have your feet to your body will tell you how tight this is going to feel or how deep the stretch will be. So remember that. Just really stretching, moving from side to side here. Somatic movement is essential in life to calm your nervous system down. It reminds your nervous system that you're here, you're present for yourself, and you showed up. So you're leaning back and forth in this this butterfly pose. Really focusing again on your breath work in through the nose, out through the mouth. Just let it go. Be present for yourself. No, today is a new day, a new way to look at things. Just because something bad happens doesn't mean that we have to look at things negatively. We have the gift of life. We're present here in this moment, right where we need to be. So you're going to stretch back out your legs, and we're going to do a slight meditation and then end the practice. So just holding this forward fold here, just stretching out your fascia. You're not pulling on your fascia to work for a moment. And and when you brush them, you're not going to result you want the lower back. Everything be intentional. You're regrounding your breath. It went from like crazy chaos to back right now. And neurologically, what it's telling you, remain calm, and you're in the sense of calm and restfulness. So you're going to lean back up, and you're going to go back to a seated position. You can do fire log if you want. You're going to put your palms facing up. You're going to gently close your eyes, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth a few times to recenter yourself. You can breathe in and retain at the top. Yoga reminds us that presence is so essential in this world, regardless of how many distractions there are in life. Yoga reminds us that we are here to be present, and reminding ourselves to be present is essential. Movement flow through release that isn't in letting go of this tightness, this within you that you cannot let go of. Our breath work reminds us to bring us back to earth, bring us back to the present moment, not wondering what if, not wondering what happened in the past on a loop, and not wondering how could it be. We are right here, right now, where we need to be. Gently open your eyes. Thank you for joining my yoga practice. I appreciate it. Feel free to follow me and look out for more yoga sessions. Namaste.